Hey folks, it's me, Swarmy, the guy that obviously can't see that ender chest that's on my right. Yeah, that one, right there. Yeah, yeah. I'll roll that last clip from episode 2. Because she's selling goat horns. So she's got all of her goat horns here. 2 diamonds each for the non-screaming goats and 4 diamonds each for the screaming goat ones. And there's one of them missing there. So we're definitely gonna have to. I think we'll just we'll come in here. We'll buy them right now because we have some diamonds burning a hole in our pocket. But I see a problem. There's no ender chest.
There's no ender chest. There's no ender chest.
Yep. Somehow I completely missed this end chest right here. So I am sorry, Magpie. That was a complete oversight on my part. I will now be buying all of your goat horns. Okay, maybe not all of the goat horns, but like one of each. It's what I'm planning on. All right, so let's see. We got Seek, Sing, Feel, and Ponder for 2 diamonds each. So Seek, Feel, Sing, and Ponder. Alrighty. Now let's do this way. Boom, like that. 2 there. 2 there. 2 there. And 2 there. And then I think she doesn't have stock of the screaming goat horns yet, but she does have them. So we'll just have to wait until she's got those loaded in her shop, and we'll go ahead and buy some of those at 4 diamonds each. So I just bought those goat horns from Magpie, and I came in here to put some stuff away, so sort my storage out, things like that. And I saw something that I completely missed when I was recording the little segment from back here in the last episode. Yeah. Let me just get over here closer to this window, and that's not creepy at all. I'm so glad that she lives in this mansion to the left of my meat right now, literally 2 blocks away. I'm shaking in my diamond booties. I figured I'd give you guys a little bit more details about what it was that I was working on in my so-called industrial district from the last episode where I mentioned mob farm and iron farm, quad iron farm with such excruciating detail. So I figured I'd come over here and we could take a look at what I've actually done over here and talk about it a little bit. So I've got a tiny little villager breeder set up, completely manual. I just throw them carrots, and there's not beds in there now. They're all in the iron farm, but there's villagers in there. I don't think they're villagers anymore. I've got a carrot farm for the villagers, cocoa beans for brown dye, sugarcane for the rockets from the mob farm, bamboo for fuel for the 16 furnace array super smelter, quote unquote, chorus fruit for end rods, and then I've got the actual iron farm here, which we can go into free cam so you can actually get a little bit of a look at. So basically it's your normal, standard iron farm design. You got 3 villagers, 3 beds. There's 1 spot they can stand in right there in front of the beds, and a zombie here that's constantly bouncing, trying to eat the faces of the villagers. It's what you've seen for every iron farm ever made, basically. The mob farm we can go up and take a look at, but it's really nothing special either. It's just, your general mob farm. We can go back into free cam here and take a look at it up here. Just dark room, 4 layers, mob spawn. Again, this was just a temporary farm that was here specifically to resolve our gunpowder needs temporarily until Salty can build that creeper farm. Now, as for what we're going to do in today's episode, I figure the first thing we can do is, I'll just let you guess. See if you can guess what it is we're going to try and do here. And yes, before anybody says anything that might have watched Marx's first episode and my first episode, this is obsidian, not coal blocks. But yeah, we are going to go break a hole in the bedrock roof for Magpie, because she and I worked on a blaze farm, so she can sell blaze rods in her shop as well as the goat horns. And we thought it might be kind of cool to have a drop access from the nether roof down to her farm. So here we are. I marked this last night after we finished building the farm so I could find it more easily whenever I came back over here today. So if you don't know, breaking bedrock, it's not too difficult. It's mainly comes down to mostly server timing and then a little bit of luck. So we'll do 2 obsidian there, and then we're going to do a piston right there, and we're going to do a trap door right there because we're going to crawl under that trap door, and then a lever right there. And then that's essentially it. And then you put TNT here, TNT there, although you can also put TNT right there. I've always seen it more successfully and had more success whenever I put it off to the side. I don't know if it's because it's behind a block or, you know, 1 block away instead of 2 blocks away. I don't know the mechanics of it. I just know that I've had better luck with it that way. So essentially what we're going to do is we're going to crawl under the trapdoor here. And I like to crawl right up to it right here and then hit the lever. And then whenever we hit that lever, we're going to spam click to put a piston right there in the corner of that obsidian block where this current piston is. It gets extended by the redstone, and then it deletes the bedrock by using block 36, which is essentially the piston head that's extended. Like I said, it's really hard to do on a server. It's especially hard to do manually. So what I like to do is I like to go into my controls here and I rebind my mouse key, rebind my place block mouse key to another key on my keyboard, like B, and then all you have to do is hold down B on your keyboard and you can place a whole bunch of blocks really fast. So we will try and do this really quick after I clean up these pistons, and hopefully we'll have a little bit of luck. All right, now I'm going to hit B to flick this lever, and then I'm going to hold down B to spam click and place this piston. Oh, actually, first things first. Try and remember, don't wear an elytra whenever you do this, because while you technically can wear an elytra and do it, it's better if you don't. Put my chest plate on. Try this again. Actually stand under the trapdoor. Alrighty, so B and spamming B. And let's see. I think, nope, it didn't work. Okay, so we will try that again. And actually, that TNT didn't explode. I'm going to troubleshoot this and I'll be back whenever I get it fixed. Okay, I double checked to make sure that I'm doing this correctly, and I am. So TNT right there, lever on the top, piston there, trapdoor there, yada yada yada. So I don't know if maybe this is a weird server thing. We are mostly on vanilla. It's a fabric server, but we don't have any like plugins or anything that might be affecting this. So let's just give it another shot and see if it works. And spam clicking. That still didn't explode. All right, so I moved the lever over here. I don't think this is going to matter because it's still powering the same block, but maybe. I'm really not sure. I've never had this happen to me before, so let's see what happens. And that did work, so spamming. And it looks like it worked that time. All right, and unfortunately, we got another bedrock here. So I'll be back whenever we've got this completely opened up. All right, so yeah, I'm just a big derp. Call it a recording brain, but yeah, that totally was all I needed to do, was just move that lever down, because I've now broken 9 bedrock and haven't failed a single time. So I'm just going to keep doing this and bring you back in whenever I'm done. Remember, whenever you're breaking bedrock, it's important to eat. Yeah, that was a close call. And we finally made it through. That was a lot of bedrock. I really hope there's not one under this netherrack right here. Oh, thank goodness. 19 bedrock. I almost went through an entire stack of TNT there. Had several failures, but we got it done in the end, and that's what matters. So now we're going to have a nice little drop tunnel down to the blaze farm. Oh, and another pro tip here. Don't forget to go back into your keybinds and change your controls. The number of times that I've died because I forgot to do that. Let's just say it's more than 0. So we finished digging that bedrock hole, and I actually already went ahead and decorated it real quick. So I figured I'd bring you guys back in to show you what the finished product looked like. Hadn't seen inside the blaze farm yet, but part of the theme was Skulk, and I did a Skulk tunnel all the way down because I thought it would be pretty cool. I actually kind of want to come back and finish blowing up those 5 bedrock that are left just to complete the aesthetic, but I don't know, maybe another time. But for now, we will just drop down here and boom. And if you might have noticed that particle effect there, that's actually powdered snow. Oh, you son of a... So, as I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted by that blaze, if you do powdered snow and then you put a piece of carpet on top of it, it negates all fall damage. and you don't fall through it because the carpet's on it. So kind of a nifty trick. A slime block does the same thing, but then you bounce. Hay bales, they reduce like 80% of the damage, and so do beds. The fatal flaw, I guess, is if you break the carpet and then a blaze catches you on fire and knocks you into the powdered snow, bye-bye powdered snow. So I got to go get another bucket of that and replace it. Powdered snow has been replaced. You might be able to notice I look a little bit different. A little more purple than before. Yeah, I'm completely decked out in nether right now. As you can see, all my tools, all my armor. Yeah, I did a little bit of mining off camera, as you know us YouTubers like to do. Yeah. But you might also be wondering, what the heck am I standing on right now? And why is it so green? Well, this is Magpie's recent contribution to the village here, and I'm not going to show off any more detail, but if you're curious, you should definitely go check out her video because these builds are gorgeous. Not only has Magpie been busy on these builds, she and I also worked on something on the nether roof earlier this week, so we'll jump right into that clip and let you see what we did. Magpie and I just did something. She had the idea of putting a community respawn anchor up here onto the nether roof so that everybody could use it. And I figured, hey, that's a perfect opportunity to do a little bit of redstone. So we built the little redstone contraption behind us. This is something that I saw, I think, Cupvan do in season 7 of Hermitcraft. And it's basically essentially a respawn anchor auto refiller for the glowstone. Now, I haven't looked up any tutorials on how to do this. I basically just kind of winged it, and I think it works. I've got my respawn anchor or my respawn point set here at the respawn anchor, and now Magpie is going to kill me so we can test it and see if it actually works. We've got a glowstone in the dispenser here, so whenever I die, I should respawn here, and this charge should drop down to 3 and then back up to 4. Whenever you're ready, Magpie, go for it.
Yes, it's for science.
It's purely for science.
Yes. Plus I get a swarmy head. Okay, ready?
Yep, I'm ready. Alrighty. Yay, it worked! Woohoo!
It worked!
So the way that this works, it's really simple circuit, so any redstoners out there might be able to tell. But basically, oh, I fell down. It reads the redstone signal coming off of the respawn anchor, which is a power of 15, if you look over here on the side of my screen there. Oh, you can't see it, but yeah, over on the right side, it's power 15. And it's going into the side of that comparator next to the cake, which is outputting a signal of 14 because it's a full cake, which, if you didn't know, cake is a redstone component. And then essentially, so what that does is if the power level from the respawn anchor drops, then the power level from the cake is sufficient enough to output a signal here to this repeater next to the dispenser, and that dispenser just refills it with glowstone. It's a really simple circuit. I'm glad it works. And we have to put this sign up right now that says don't eat the cake because somebody might walk along and see some delicious cake and eat it, which would break this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh goodness, that's terrifying.
Yes,
I just saw
problems.
You with my head on.
Yes.
We'll come back and we'll make this a pretty, like respawn, area sometime soon.
Science with swarmy. No.
Swag pie science.
Swag pie science. Love it. With cake. Ooh.
Swag by science with cake. It's the best. And now for a quick little detour. Mark's just told me that he spent some diamonds in the rocket barrel, so I figure we might as well go over here and check our profits here at the Swarmy Salacious Sales. Let's see, nobody else has bought any shulker boxes. Oh, he sold another elytra. No end rods. One more ender chest, I think. I think that's new. And yeah. Time for more rockets. Unfortunately, this isn't going to last for long because Salty is he built the creeper farm last night, so that's up and running now. So he'll be taking over the rocket cells. So we got another stack and 16 diamonds from all the sales of our shop here, mostly from the rockets, which was 40 diamonds, I think. And yeah, you might be wondering what the armor here and the emeralds and books and everything are for. Yeah, don't worry about that. You'll find out soon enough. If you're subscribed, that is. So make sure to click that button.
A few moments later.
If you're playing on an SMP and you ever need something to get into to look at sales, go for rockets. And you might have noticed if you looked up, my ceiling has been vandalized. But that's okay. We'll find out who it was, and we'll get him back. Well, I'd say that about does it for today's episode. There's one more thing that I want to show you, and that's the thing that Magpie and I worked on. Oh, that was the build that Magpie and I had done for the respawn anchor. We went ahead and got that built, and so I figured I'd just go ahead and show it off on camera here before we end the episode. And here it is. We went with a skulk and copper and amethyst theme because, why not? It looks really good. Oh, and deep slate too. But yeah, it's still working, fully functional order, communal auto refilling respawn anchor. Pretty handy for anybody that might happen to go into the nether and die, as you tend to do in the nether. Well, I think that about does it for today's episode. Be sure to tune in again to find out what that secret project was that I had those materials for just a few minutes ago. See you later.